Alrighty guys, so today I want to talk about the next best deck in the game, and we're pretty much looking at a tier 0 format. For those of you guys that don't know what a tier 0 format is, it's a format where there's only really one deck. And yeah, there will be a deck from time to time that will top, but if you guys look at these tournament results that just came out for the OCG, it is Zoodiacs only. Now, there isn't one very specific build that's doing like way better than all the other ones. It's Zoodiacs, and then you get to play whatever your deck. So I will argue that there is slight diversity, but the thing is you have to play Zoodiacs and then mix it in with something, because it is the best deck according to the tournament stats. Now, we do want to say, of course, we do have TCG exclusives, but I'll also give you guys some gameplay of the Zoodiacs, as they're going to be called in the TCG. But I just want to showcase off the different versions of the deck, and then I'll show you guys some gameplay, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the whole Zoodiac archetype. Now, the one that I want to show you guys isn't even actually on here, so it's maybe hidden. People don't know about it yet. But anyways, if you guys look at the tournament results, we got Zoodiac Beast Kaiju Yosenju, Zoodiac Beast Summoner, which is the Eidolon Beast. We have Zoodiac Beast Kaiju, we have Zoodiac Beast Metal Foes, which in one sense you could argue that is similar in a sense to the Ignites, in a sense where you're just going to go constantly through your entire cards. And then you have like the regular ones, you have artifacts, which don't really work too well in the TCG. It all depends on the ban list that we get, because that obviously is going to be affecting, what we can and cannot play. There's also Lawn Mowing, Zoodiac Beast Lightsworn, and there's Shadals, there's Necros, there's Noids. For those of you guys that don't know what the Noids are, they're the Infernoids. But yeah, you basically can see the list. It's Zoodiac, 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 Zoodiac. So the deck is looking pretty good. So I want to say that it might be a pay-to-win format. It all depends on if they're going to be secret rare. And I feel like most of us players in the TCG already know they're going to make a few cards secret rare, probably the cards that are required to play the deck properly. We'll go over some of the other builds, but I want to show you guys off what you can do in a build that hasn't really been covered, and it wasn't there when I was looking at the list. It might be something that is hidden. Again, some secret tech over here in the whole Zoodiac archetype. Now, just watch this first turn 1 play. I know that you guys like library is broken, you Exodia, okay, you get it. No, it's not an Exodia deck, I promise, guys. Just watch how consistent the deck is. And keep in mind, guys, this card is not banned, and I feel like library should be banned. And you can still cycle through a lot of cards in your deck with the Ignites. But you guys will see the cycling that goes on. And it all really comes down to Mole Rat being just way too strong. So the Zoodiac Rat is the card that really opens up the doors for like the craziest plays that are super unfair. I mean, okay, look at this turn 1 play. He's got 4 Exceed monsters, completed Pendulum Scale, and he's got access to going for more stuff next turn, another card in hand, and he's going to go ahead and use Beatrice's effect to send another Metal Foes Fusion. So basically, he's at an advantage of having another card next turn in addition to his already good field. Like, he can go ahead and get rid of a card, he can Foolish a card, he can stop them from making plays, and next turn, if this card survives, he has another option. So like, if your opponent does not have like a Regeki or Dark Hole, a lot of times this is a very powerful board that's going to be hard to deal with. I know Heroes in 2016 are a joke. I know, man, Strato's still banned here. But like, watch this play. Like, he's able to get rid of a few things, but at the end of the day, like, he doesn't have any backward to back up his play. He already got one of his plays stopped already, but nonetheless, I mean, this is just, it's too powerful for most decks to deal with this turn 1, and the consistency that Ignites do offer, because you're going to be destroying your stuff to go ahead and be able to go for more of your Ignites, therefore you can go ahead and exceed into things. And it all really comes down to just going for that Invoker play to go from Momorat to basically get an additional monster, and you guys will see this time and time again. And shoutouts to Mini Dominic for actually showcasing off like this, because again, this is one that wasn't covered in the OCG. Perhaps their ban list, they wrecked the library. Kappa. But nonetheless, yeah, I just wanted to showcase it off. I know you guys like, well, library is really broken. I mean, you have multiple copies of things that let you cycle through cards in the deck. Well, if I could mouse over the Ignition Phoenix, alright, it won't let me mouse over it. It's like you can't. Okay, well, that card could technically cycle, and library, well, okay, I don't know what's up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro here. But anyways, can I mouse over it now? Or is it just like, okay, for some reason, guys, I'm sorry, I can't mouse over Ignition Phoenix, but it lets you cycle through cards. You get the idea. That the whole Ignite engine itself is to kind of deck thin your deck and get to your exceeds as quickly as possible. But when you add the addition of Momorat to have the consistency to just go for Invoker, go for a card that gets rid of something. This guy had a good follow-up play with a Darkham Dragon, but unfortunately, Traptrist Rafflesia is going to go ahead and say no to that. But guy flips with Vanny's Emptiness, he's going to go ahead and attack for a bunch of damage. His opponent you know, not going to really be able to do too much with a Swirl Slime, especially when he's got Vandy's Emptiness already on board. He's going to be able to go for a search for a card, but it doesn't really matter because he's got this card that he can't really make good use of on board. And then we have a last replay that I want to, again, go back into the different builds and talk a little bit about them. And if you guys have any really great replays of all these other builds that are coming out, because this is like really fresh news, feel free guys to send in the gameplay. I know a lot of you guys always say, hey, can I have a shout out? Yo, I'll give you a shout out. Show me that new build. Like this one was new, so I wanted to showcase off one that wasn't so popular, I guess. Maybe it's just not something people like. I thought Ignites were going to be the next best deck, but unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, they hit Rhoda pretty hard. If Rhoda was still a 3, I still think this is a good deck. Definitely not a bad Pendulum deck at the end of the day. But like I said, look at this. Like, look at this turn 1 board. We're able to just dump out 4 Exceeds. Like, it's not that hard to do this either. It's literally you open up library and you're good. Oh, can I mouse over? Finally, I can mouse over this card. So this lets you cycle through cards. You target Ignite card you control, destroy it, and then add another one. So the deck's really consistent and just dumping out Exceed monsters. Granted, Royal Magical Library helps you get that extra consistency, but you know, it's at 3, so you know, pretty easy to pull off. You guys will see over here if I can mouse over. You see one more Magical Library, 2, and of course the other one is, I believe, under the card with Mole Rat. But I think that card is just too overpowered. I want to know what you guys think of any of the things that we talked about. But yeah, definitely send me in some replays of some of the crazier like builds that you guys have. And like I said, we'll go ahead and talk about some of the other stuff just after this replay finishes, which, you know, the guy was definitely going to go ahead and just go off for some plays. Metal Foes are one of the more powerful Pendulum decks right now in the game, and I feel like Ignites can definitely be good. You guys saw there was a version of Metal Foes inside, and there's all the deck profiles there, but I know some of you guys are lazy. You guys want me to put in the file for you guys just to go ahead and download. I'll go ahead and do that for you guys in just a moment. I'll show you guys this deck, and then I'll include the download link if you guys want to try out the Ignite one, because Ignite needs some love. I think that they're still a very good deck, but you know, he's got a bunch of back row. He's going to go ahead and Pendulum someone for a bunch of cards, but Bottomless Trapple, I heard it's a pretty good card, but then Fusion's activated, so it's going to Psych Prank him, go into another card. He's going to go ahead and get over Rafflesia, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. He's going to go ahead and make a Mithril over here. He's going to go ahead and destroy the Pendulum Scale, and he's going to go ahead and pop and be able to just cycle, go for a Gofu he gets from his deck to his hand, and then he goes for the Gallant, and then he's just going to go ahead and just destroy his stuff and then resummon stuff. He's got Metal Foe Combination in the back row as well as Metal Foe Counter, so he's going to go ahead and flip that card face down, and then he's going to go ahead and summon more cards, Utopia, and then his opponent can't respond to it when he actually attacks. So that's it for the replay. And if you guys want the deck profile for this one, I'll go ahead and also give it to you guys. If you guys want to just download it, make it real easy for yourselves, go ahead and do so. But anyways, I'm just going to go into the deck edit screen real quick. It's a really simple deck profile. Triple Gallant, triple Veteran, triple Cavalier. We have triple Margrave, triple Templar, triple Paladin, triple Crusader, and triple Squire. Then we have 3 libraries, 3 Momorat. We have 2 copies of Painful Decision, Reinforcement of the Army, Upstart, 2 Metal Foe Fusion, 1 Summoner Art, 1 Ignition Phoenix, 1 Time Space Trap Hole, and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. So overall, what it really comes down to as far as this build goes, and the one that I wanted to share with you guys, it's a very turn 1 oriented deck. You look at it and you're like, well, there's only like 3 Zoodiac Beasts. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because that's all you need to make the deck good. I mean, obviously you have the extra deck over here. I'll mouse over the cards, but you guys saw the combos are pretty simple and self-explanatory. The idea is to open up and go for consistent first turn Rafflesia, and then also have a Drancia. So first turn you want Rafflesia, Drancia, and then Beatrice. You get like basically 2 draws with the Metal Foe Fusion. And then, of course, you play the other Zoodiac Beasts. And then we have Lion Emperor. And then, of course, Invoker to get out your Momorat, of course, if you are not going to go ahead and summon it. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and just look at the other builds, because I think I like diversity. I don't know about you guys, but I like seeing other crazy builds. And like I said, there are a lot of different builds, and I'll give you guys the deck profile. I'm probably going to have to make them all on my own. I know that there is a file that lets you actually get the deck profiles from the replays, but if any of you guys know of how to copy and paste text to a deck, I would love to know, because it would save me a lot of time. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the deck profiles for a majority of these, and I'll put them all in a file so you guys can just go ahead and download them later on when we get some gameplay and I can showcase off some of the stuff. But all it really comes down to is there's 3 Zoodiac Beasts at a its core. It's Viper, Thrillblade, and Momorat. Those are the ones that you're going to be playing. You guys are going to be seeing in these. But that's pretty much what I wanted to showcase off, is just to show you guys that we're looking again at a tier 0 format. Look at this. We got Kaiju Zoodiac Beast. We got, of course, the regular ones. We have the Noid, which is the Infernoids. And then there was also Yusenju one. And look at this. I thought this one was really cool. We see Zoodiac Beasts. Modolce. I wish they called them Zodiac Beasts, but in the TCG, for those of you guys that didn't know, because I didn't know, they changed them to Zoodiacs, is what they are actually being called. But we got Modolce seeing some play, so it looks like if you guys want to be competitive, and this is it, this is all the decks. There is one deck that is different that has one, and I want to give you guys that deck profile. I'll make a video separate for it, and that was actually Kaiju Blue Eyes. It was the only non-Zoodiac deck that actually won, but as you guys can see, these are, keep in mind guys, in OCG, a lot of these tournaments are a lot smaller, but they're still playing meta, and you can see the OCG meta and look at it, and you can be seeing that, and you can basically tell that the TCG is going to fall. Unless, of course, we have exclusives, they don't get printed out till later on. The only thing that I feel like isn't going to work in the TCG is the Artifact one, because as you guys know, the Artifact Mortal Attack, it is at 1. In the Saint, I believe it's still at 3, but I just feel like it's just not as consistent. Unless if we get 3 Mortal Attack, then I feel like this could be like easily a really strong deck. But overall, you guys can see like a lot of different decks are seeing some play, and that's kind of cool. But it might be looking like a pay-to-win format. Let me know, guys, if you guys think all the Zoodiacs are going to be secret rare, because I feel like every single time that there's a good deck, and especially in the TCG, they always make the card secret rare. But I guess. You know, if you just play online, you don't have to worry about that. But Zoodiacs, guys, it looks like it's a tier 0 format. But let me know, guys, if you guys think that I'm wrong. I mean, I want to say that majority of people will agree. If looking at the tournament reports, Zoodiacs are going to be the best deck. It's probably tier 0. But I want to know what other decks can compete. The last time we had like a tier 0 format was Spellbooks and Dragons. Some people will argue that, you know, Spellbooks was also seeing play, but pretty much it was a Dragon format. Let's be real here. But Spellcasters basically had 2 options for a deck. Looking at this, we don't even have 2 options. This is like tier 0. There's 1 Blue Eyes deck. Hey, maybe someone, you know, maybe they got really lucky with those Max C plays. I don't know why Max C is at 2. Maybe Max C will get banned so Zoodiacs can guarantee their spot. But nonetheless, I'll get some footage for you guys on these, unless you guys send them in before I even end up recording them. But yeah, send me in some gameplay of any of the crazy Zoodiac plays. I'll give you guys a shout out. And I want to see some other things. If you guys have other crazier deck ideas, maybe a zombie Zoodiac deck or a lot of different things, because you can start sending cards to your graveyard. Maybe you activate Zombie Ward so your opponent can't tribute stuff. I don't know. I like crazy things. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid, and let me know, guys, what other decks you think will be good when Zoodiacs will be coming out, because I feel like by this tournament report, it's like Zodiac or you don't Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively. But have fun by all means by playing Dark Magician and all fun stuff. But competitive players, look out for this deck. It might be a pay-to-win format. We already know. I can smell it. Zodiacs, all of them secret, rare, confirmed, and short print, Kappa. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys give it a like button, a titty slap, and I'm signing out.